Hey y'all, out here with my buddy Ace, and one of the cars him and his dad's got is a 33 three-window Ford Coupe. Real nice car. And the thing I'm excited about, I mean, it's a beautiful car actually, but the thing I'm excited about most is it's got a Ford in a Ford, and I know how much y'all enjoy that. So let me run Ace down and we'll take a look at this. I think you're gonna enjoy it. Ace, how are you, brother?
Good, Scotty. How are you?
Outstanding, man. Tell me about this car.
It's a 33 Ford three-window coupe. It's fiberglass body, fiberglass doors, and deck lid. But it's got a metal hood sides that are on the car usually, but we leave them off a little bit most of the time.
Right.
Metal fenders.
Off of a real 33 or reproduction?
They are reproduction.
Okay.
Yeah, the reproduction fenders and stuff. The car's been stretched 3 inches and stuff, so that's where you run in with reproduction some things on the car. But I mean, you know, they're basically stamped after a stock 33. Those are real metal but rubber covered running boards on the car.
Right. What chassis is it running?
It's running an Alloway chassis that was built by Bobby back in like '96, as he says.
Oh,
1996 is how long this chassis has been built for.
Wow.
The car's been painted for 12 years now. It's painted back in October of 2000.
That's amazing.
Wade Hughes and Dauber did the flames on this car out of Ohio. Rusty Troutman out of Knoxville here did all the British Racing Green paint on the car, all the body work. All that was done out at ProFab.
What motor is that running? 427, obviously.
It's a 427 single overhead cam. They call it a camera motor. This motor's been stroked to a 488 now. It's got power steering, power brakes, power windows,
Air conditioning.
air conditioning in the car. I mean, a lot of things that are a little bit different for this big of a motor, this small of a car.
Right, and then it's got 700 horse at the wheels, right?
Yeah, that's what we've been told. The firewall's been moved back 3 inches to accommodate for the motor in it. It runs a Hogan sheet metal intake on it, twin 750 Hollies.
Can you open that hood?
Yeah.
Oh, this hood's custom too, though, isn't it?
It is a functioning cowl hood that was all cut. It was 2 different hoods put together to make this work.
I wondered why that gasket was on the top, but that's why. How cool is that?
Sucks down. I mean, it pulling in true cold air, I guess, if you want to call it like that.
Does it have a haul?
Do what?
Does it have a haul? Does it get a haul? You know what I'm saying?
Not really. Heck, you can't hear it because of the exhaust on it.
Right.
Let's see.
Twin 750s.
The car, even in the summertime, sitting in the hottest conditions you can possibly put it in, it might run 180 degrees. On a cold morning, it's hard to keep the car running at a red light because it won't build up enough heat, which a lot of that has to do with the manual fan that's on it, Steve Long radiator. I mean, you know, with no hood sides, it pulls in a lot of air.
Be honest with you, I'd rather have a street rod run a little cold than running hot all
Exactly.
the time anyhow.
I mean, I was sitting up at the Shades of the Past 2 years ago, sitting in traffic, cruising the strip, and the thing's just sitting there, you know, and you got small block Chevrolets that are burning down, and this thing's sitting right there, just beating the ground and not having a problem.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Open that door, let me shoot that interior. How old's that interior?
The interior's been done in the car, I think, since 2001, maybe 2002 in the car.
Wow. No gauges. Oh, they're down there on the floor.
Yeah, everything's mounted in the center because you're so far back in the car, everything, you can't see through your hand.
I got you.
It's a Richmond 4+1 5-speed transmission behind it. All your brake booster, master cylinder, clutch master cylinder, everything's mounted up underneath the dash. Everything's hidden in the car as much as possible. The car, like I said, has been on the road since about 2002. It just now hit right at 1,300 miles on the car.
Total?
Yeah, total.
No kidding.
And we put about 400 miles on it down in Cruising the Coast for 2012. We were the featured car this year. So we were on all the t-shirts, on all their signs, everything. So we had to do a lot of running.
And it's in the
driving.
running for Street Rod of the Year, you said.
Correct, yeah. It's right now for 2012 Top 100 for Street Rodder Magazine.
Wow.
So go and vote.
Yeah, most definitely. Very cool. And I like how the people that painted it put their information here in the
Yeah,
flame.
you can see
That's
where it
cool.
says Wade Hughes Auto Body and
Right.
lines by Dauber.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah. Every bit of this floor has been wet sanded, buffed on this car.
It's as
been
nice
slick.
under as it is on top.
Correct.
Yeah.
Every bit of the chassis has been slick.
I'll tell you what, once we shut the video down, we'll pull it back in on the lift.
Yeah.
We'll get some video from underneath the car, and it'll, well, you can see
It'll
that.
really show off the detail on the car.
And then this has got knockoffs. They're Hillbrand knockoffs, but there's actually a bolt pattern behind the knockoff.
Correct, yes.
But it does unscrew.
Yeah, it is a true, you got to hammer it on, hammer it off. Those are Boyd, I think they're called Classics. They're 17 by 11s in the rear, 15 by 7s in the front. It's got a Curry polished center section 9-inch up underneath it. Willwood brakes on all four corners.
What about the trunk? What's it like?
It's all finished up. It just takes forever to raise it up. but when
Oh,
we
it's
raise it up-
automatic. Yeah. Yeah, let's check
It's
that
probably
out.
filled full of stuff from the car show. I don't think we've ever even cleaned it out.
Yeah, let's see. Maybe got a body back there. Yeah, it is full of stuff from the car show. No, that's cool though. Matches the interior real nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell all the cleaning stuff. I mean, nothing's been moved out of the car since October, I guess, since
Right.
we took it to Biloxi. And I mean, you can fit 2 chairs in it and your cleaning supplies, and that's all you need.
Right.
Fuel tank's mounted right here behind this panel.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah. No, they did a nice job on it, man. It sits on coilovers or bags.
yeah, it's coilovers all the way around. All polished and chrome plated coils on this car. It's got rack and pinion steering. It's got sway bars front and rear. The car was set up for line lock. Never been hooked up, but I think
Right.
it'd be a lot of fun if we did.
And you all drive your stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
We-
I mean,
know,
you show it, but it's likely you'll see
It-
you and Dad out cruising it.
Yeah, you can always fix everything.
Right,
so
right.
you know what's it really matter? It's
Well,
it's,
I mean,
it's a lot of fun. I mean, as long as you don't abuse it, you can still enjoy it. And
Sure.
you know, if it gets a nick, well, at least you got it doing something cool.
yeah, you're right.
So-
At least it was out doing what it was supposed to be doing when you got
Exactly.
that nick, right? And then, of course, when you got garages like this to work in, it's not too bad.
Well, one of these days when it all gets finished up, it'll all be cool down here.
Dude, it's already cool, man. It'll be cooler. Well, that's cool, man. All right, well, let's shut her down and pull it inside, and we'll get some video, folks, of this thing sitting up on the rack. We can see what it looks like up underneath. I imagine it's probably just as pretty underneath as it is on the top. So, give me just a second. Man, that is beautiful, Ace. That's every bit as nice under here as it is on the top.
Yeah, it's a lot of paint and a lot of chrome and a lot of polish.
And you spent 8 days at Cruising the Coast in this, and look how clean it is.
Right. That's just lightly dusting it off. I mean,
That's proof,
8
folks.
days, 400 miles, and I mean, we cruised the beach. There was a lot of sand on it when we first left, but I mean, it's all pretty good.
You can drive them. You just have to keep on top of them. He said that he
Correct.
was cleaning it every day down at the show, which makes sense. But, the fact of the matter is they put 400 miles on this thing while they were down there. He trailed it to, what is that, in Biloxi or something?
Yes, it's in Biloxi is where I guess the home place of it is.
Yeah, because they tour through like 8 cities or
Correct.
something.
Every day we went to a different city. I mean, some were just might have been 5 minutes down the road. Some were, I mean, it was a good 30-minute drive.
Wow. Man, this car's just perfect, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, I really like it. That's a starter?
Yeah.
That's a small little starter, isn't
Yeah.
it? Wow.
Those are all custom-made headers for this car.
Who did that?
I think Jimmy and Mike Barillero.
Yeah.
I'm not 100%. I don't know if that's who does all of our exhausts now. I'm not for sure. I mean, you can kind of look if you look closely. They've taken a little bit of a beating, but that's what happens when they kind of hang down a little low.
That's right. The lower you get, the bigger chance that takes.
That's right.
But you haven't scratched any paint.
No?
Those headers aren't too bad, so. Huh, wow.
Like I said, everything's been painted, sanded, buffed, chrome plated, polished, one way or another.
And then this is your brake bias.
Correct. That
So you can actually adjust your brakes if
for
you
the
get up
rear
underneath.
setup to more or less pressure.
Be cool to have that in the car, but it's cool that you could actually get in here and do it.
Right.
Only because you could turn it one way and do burnouts like them NASCAR boys do. You don't want to do that.
No, we don't want to tear up too much.
You want to drive it, you don't want to do burnouts in it, though. I got you.
If you're looking right here, this is the condenser for the air conditioning is mounted all the way back here.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, your compressor's up front on the motor. I mean, that's where it has to be. But your condenser and everything is ran from the back. And all your AC is in the headliner of this car. So everything runs basically from the back end forward, so that makes sense.
So there's no vents in the interior. It comes through the roof.
It's all vented. There's 4 vents mounted, flush mounted in the headliner of the car. So most people, when you tell them that you have air conditioning, they look at the dash and say, "No, you don't." And it's like, well, just look up. So.
And that's the best place because it's blowing right down where you
Exactly,
need it to be.
you
and,
know,
yeah. That was thinking. Well thought out car. Yeah. No, brother. Nice. I'm glad you called me because, like I said, this one I'd seen pictures on, and yeah, I wanted to shoot it, but it wasn't like top on my list. But when I got out here today and I saw that motor, and then I saw how clean the car was, and all, I was like, no, we want to shoot that while we're here. So, anyways, there you go, folks. A 33 3 window street rod. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. Have a good day. See ya.